Hello and welcome back to Deus Machina Demonbane. Why am I blank there? I wanted to call it Deus Ex Demonbane or something like that. Anyway, so let's see if we end up having it, because I had to kind of end that last part kind of suddenly because it went into stuff I had to censor again. Sorry about that. The two Anticross feel the raging flood of magic power pouring out of the Nameless One. The god's heart begins to beat furiously, filling the cavern with its rhythmic thunder. The sea of blood tosses and foams, soon reaching the violence of a storm. Light fills the vast chamber. The central unit is complete. Behold the law that will control the god. Magnificent! Black Lodge's knowledge has bent even a god to our will. Augustus spreads his arms and roars with laughter. His countenance is terrible to behold, for it is that of a demon who has given himself utterly to evil. His soul burns with madness and joy. Vespanius watches Augustus in silence. Not so gentlemanly are the snake-like venom in his stare and the vulgar smile on his lips. And the meaning behind his smile is... The divine heart beats faster. Little by little the insane power begins to flow through the demon god's veins. And welcome back, sorry again for having to edit. The explosion of the vengeful spirit bomb has caused the land to decay, melting an enormous crater out of the city. At the centre of that crater, Demonbane lies under a muddy pile of polluted soil and sand. The impact of the cursed sphere has severely damaged the machine, and much of the adamantian armour has been corroded by the miasma. Yet somehow I'm still alive. The vengeful energy almost tore my soul to shreds, but the inferno of my rage allowed me to stave off death. Though it froze my blood and sapped my vitality, I managed to hang on. However... Elsa! No response. Elsa is lying slumped against her co-pilot's seat. There's no light in her eyes, and her body is utterly limp and motionless. Is she unconscious, or... Elsa, get up! I push away the evil premonition and call to her. Demonbane can't move without a grimoire, and it's Elsa's system that's filling for that role. If that system has stopped working... Elsa! Elsa doesn't move. Shit! Frustrated, I manipulate the control sticks, even though I know it'll be useless. Demonbane remains completely still. It doesn't so much as move a finger. The main reactor is shut down. The only systems that are still working are the communicator, monitors, cameras, the minor systems that aren't connected to the magic circuits. Come on, move! Again! Am I going to be rendered powerless again? I have to keep fighting, damn it! If I don't, I won't be able to save anyone! Demonbane! Shit, Elsa, say something! My shouting and the rattling of the control sticks echo vainly through the cockpit. A huge shape suddenly appears on the monitor, standing tall before Demonbane. I don't need to look twice to know what it is. Looks like checkmate, Kuru. Beelzebub looks down upon me, and Demonbane, its empty mechanical eyes glittering demonically. Tiberius. Tiberius has at some point emerged from his cockpit. He's standing on Beelzebub's head, next to the crucified princess. He caresses the princess's face with his fingers like the branches of a dead tree. Hi. Motherfucker! I pop the hatch and step out of the cockpit. I draw my guns on Tiberius. You're pissing me off! The first spears my shoulder. Then come a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth. They pierce through my arms and legs, pinning me to the deck like a butterfly in a collection. Blood streams in rivers from the wounds. Ah! Mr. Deju! The princess's scream ends in an abrupt gasp as Tiberius turns his gaze on her. I can clearly hear the sound of him licking his lips beneath his mask. Now, Kuru, just stay right there, okay? I'm going to put on a special fuck extravaganza just for you. No! You son of a bitch! Yes, that's the face, Kuru. I've been postponing my pleasure just so I could see that face of yours. More, let me feel your frustration. Tiberius roughly grasps the princess's chest through her clothes. You son of a bitch! Don't think I'll just keep letting you do as you please. I bring all the strength of my body to bear against the tentacles, and though I can't free myself from them, I manage to move my wrist. And it's enough. I bend my wrist to adjust the angle. It's an insane position, but necessity knows no law. Without a second thought, I pulled Cthulhu's trigger. What? The .50 caliber bullet obliterates the tentacle, piercing my left arm. Stinking fragments of flesh hit me in the face. Ah! I take it as a bad sign that I can't feel my right hand. It must be because I fired such a powerful gun from such a shit position. I decide not to look at my hand, afraid to see the undoubtedly terrible shape it's in. But I use my freed left hand to fire at Thakwa. And during the recoil, I unload the entire cylinder in one go. Gah! 3 shots miss, but 1 hits him in the gut and 2 get him in the face, shattering his mask. He covers his face with his hands and howls in pain. His tentacles pull out of my body. Now's my chance. I shift Cthulhu to my left hand. For an instant, I see my right hand at the corner of my eye. Fingers are all bent in strange directions, looking as though they have extra joints. But forget about it, damn it. I fire Cthulhu at Tiberius' face. The bullet annihilates his hands along with his entire head. Bits of brain and bone fly everywhere. Ah! Tiberius' headless body goes limp, but I know that he's not finished yet. Before he even hits the floor, I empty the rest of the magazine. Ah! By the time I finish firing, half of Tiberius' body has been completely blown away. But it's still nowhere near enough to finish him. I dump the empty magazine and try to insert a new one. It's pretty difficult with just one hand. My panic is moving a lot faster than my fingers, and just as I finally manage to reload, Mr. Diaju, run! Sensing imminent danger, I reflexively leap back into the cockpit. Time slows to an awful crawl, and as I jump backwards, an enormous shape approaches. It's Beelzebub's fist, so huge that it fills my entire vision. And it's hopelessly close. Oh shit! I don't have time to shout. I don't even get to feel the impact. Long before I can understand what happened, my mind blacks out. Now then, my idle dreaming comes to an end. All that's left is to wait for destruction to descend upon me. It is close. I close my eyes. I no longer feel anything. Not pain, not suffering, not fear, not even the emptiness. It all vanishes into the wasteland of my soul. So this is what it is to be destroyed. Perhaps it would be less miserable to be cowering and wailing in fear. Well, no matter. Nothing matters anymore. I am so terribly tired. Let it all end here. Let everything fade into oblivion, as though it never existed. But what is this? What is this coldness, like a gaping hole in my chest? I am cold. So awfully cold, and so... Because I cannot bear the freezing cold. For one last time, I open my eyes. The deep, the abyss, the endless, limitless sea of stars. I'm floating in space. For the last dream I will ever see, it's somewhat lacking in glamour. How cold the universe is. No wonder I was freezing. Space is so vast, so lonely, and... the far reaches of the infinite void, the other side of a lonely world. Who knows of the strange things that lurk there? The threat that approaches? Who knows? Yes, the world is being consumed by evil. In a place beyond human knowledge, beyond insanity, the world and other violate, rape, and defy each other. For eternity upon eternity, still they continue, still they return, forever into the future, forever into the past. Yes, the world is trapped in an endless circle. But despite that, No, that is why we... No, enough of this. I am coming to an end. None of this is relevant to me anymore. Why should it bother me now? Keeping my eyes open has become incredibly difficult. Although the insistent coldness of the void in my soul is painful, it cannot be helped. I close my eyes and try to shut out the world. I am travelling beyond the infinite darkness, to a place where nothing exists, to absolute oblivion. And there will I end. I can finally end. Why? I cannot shut it out. Why? Am I not even allowed to end? Why are you all... It hurts. My chest is filled with pain. Is it because of the emptiness in my heart? Pressing my hand against my aching chest, I turn around. The corpses, the warriors, my masters are calling me back. They cry out to me with voiceless voices. Yet they will not be silenced. They cannot be silenced. Why will you not let me end? Even while trapped in this place, even while you are bound to my curse, why? Before me extends a road paved with blood, the path of battle that I have tread. It is the way of carnage lit by the glowing flowers of life. It continues far, far into the distance. Stop this. My heart aches. It aches, I tell you. One of the corpses raises its hand. It points to something lying on the ground. And in the midst of all this carnage, in the midst of all this grief, it alone bears no stain and no doubt. The innocent blade. My heart aches. You want me to keep fighting? You want me to keep walking this road? Is it my punishment to forever bear this pain and loneliness? Must I keep making more sacrifices such as you, and carry your curses for all eternity? How? How could I possibly endure it? I thought that my soul was utterly exhausted, and yet a storm of emotions rise up within me. I cannot resist it. All I can do is cry miserably for myself. In my millennium of life, I have never succumbed to such fierce emotions as these, so I sob even harder, and I'm unable to control my tears. Frustrated, ashamed, filled with grief, I cry even harder. I can't stop myself, for I don't know how. Forgive us. For the first time, the voiceless corpses speak. I cry out to them as though attacking them with my pain. Why do you apologize? My master's faces are terribly gentle. They are not the faces of corpses. They are not the faces of the defeated. Why? A different voice answers me. Our hearts were not with you, not even in the midst of battle. I was the same. Those were the terms of the covenant after all. That was how I used you. So what have you to apologize for? He is different. My tears stop. He? Who is he? He filled your heart. He filled your emptiness. It was to meet him that you have fought all this time. He is... Kuru! A flood of emotion pours out of my soul, far more powerful than my grief. It fills my emptiness with warmth and joy. My heart is aflame. So this is how important he was to me. And our hearts are joined. He is fighting. Kuru is fighting. He's lost his power, been gravely wounded. He stands on the brink of utter despair. Yet Kuru is still fighting. I know. I can feel him. I can feel his rage, his grief, his suffering and his pain. And with every fibre of his being, he's struggling against overwhelming might. How frustrating. How vexing. And against such a lowly enemy. Oh, if only you had your power. If only we were together, there would be nothing to fear. Of course. Why had I forgotten? Did we not swear back then to share our pain, our sorrow, and our regret? How foolish I am. What am I doing, watching helplessly in this place? The answer is clear. I must fight! Ah! I realise that the corpses have vanished, and so has the blood-stained road. Now there is only... I know what I must do. Everything will be fine now. Thank you all for watching over me in my weakness. I take up the fallen sword, the innocent blade, the sword that smites evil, and it shines with pride, with love, and with justice. I lift the sword, and then... Ha! I cut through space that should be empty, and something jumps back to avoid my strike. I address the thing. You trespass upon the precincts of my soul. What are you? Oh, I should have known you'd notice me. Oh, so close. So close. A tall woman appears, laughing lightly. Of course, appearances mean nothing here. But, looking at my timer, I'm going to have to end this part here, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.